Why do you need to listen to great speech? Because you want to learn English and you are a non-native speaker, means your mother tongue is not English, and from where will you have the listening experience of original English, native English, real sound, original pronunciation? From where can you get? You can never go to a English speaking country. You cannot visit, and you are not in that atmosphere to listen to such English. That's why we should listen to English speeches. If you want to learn English, only learning grammar is not enough. Only listening to daily conversation and daily communication practice is also not enough. If you want to speak English fluently and if you want to deliver a flawless speech, you should listen to great speech of eminent personalities. It can be a sports person, can be a political leader, he can be a film star, can be a scientist, can be a king, he can be a social worker, anything. He can be a film star. So you should listen to great speeches. What will you focus when you listen to great speech? I will give you many examples. First thing, you should focus on the poise. Now, what is poise? A person who is speaking and his confident way of speaking, his calmness, his balance. When great leaders give speech, they are very much calm and balanced, very confident. That is poise. So you should learn that. Second is you should focus on diction. What is diction? So diction is nothing but the way person uses the words, the phrases, the way he pronounces. Because each leader has his own words, his own way of using language. That is diction. And tone. You should focus on the tone. What is the tone? It is sarcastic. Is it very much ironic tone? Or is he in very much anger? You should think about the tone. And you should also focus on the vocabulary, means the words he is using, the phrases he is using, the idioms, the proverbs he is using, and subtle nuances. The small differences in his facial expressions, it is subtle nuances. And in his speech, the poses and his talks and the change in the body language. So you should focus in all these aspects when listening to great speech. You just not go on listening, but you should focus about all these things. So what are the benefits of listening a great speech? First is pronunciation, because correct pronunciation is basic of any speech, of any learning any language. So speeches are the great way to figure out pronunciation of words. Wow, because people around you are not using English as their native, as their mother tongue. So when you listen to English people giving speech, or the people who know English very well, when they give speech, you will get perfect and correct pronunciation of many new words that you might not know even correct pronunciation, or you might be unfamiliar with the words. So it allows you to hear the sounds of the word that you had only read about, you have read in the books, but you have never listened to the word. It lets you know the correct way of pronouncing the word. That's I told you. So first benefit of listening to great speech is you will learn correct pronunciation of words, correct pronunciation of the phrases. Second benefit is vocabulary. When you listen to speeches of eminent personalities, popular personalities, great personalities, they have lots of reading and lots of thoughts. So what happens? You will come across many new words. You know, great personalities have always gave beautiful quotations, beautiful books and theories. So when you listen to great personalities, you will have new words, impact words. You will have a very good vocabulary expertise. You will have an exercise of listening to new words. And when you listening to these new words, you will try to find. So actually, it will add in your vocabulary data. This is the second benefit of listening a great speech. The third benefit is you will learn the tone. Another great benefit is the tone of the voice. When the speech is given to the audience, you will remember that it depends on the audience and the theme of the topic, which tone and tempo is followed. For example, when you are listening to a political speech, there will be much loudness, loud tone, full of energy to attract the votes of the audience. But when it's a spiritual speech, you will find that he is very calm. But when a movie star is giving the speech, his style will be different. So when you observe and when you listen to different speakers from different field, you will understand how to use right tone to engage your audience. It depends on the topic of your speech. So you will learn the tone. You know, many spiritual leaders and dharma gurus, many a time you will see that in a katha, when the dharma guru gives a speech or an incident, many listeners from the audience will cry. It is the emotional speech that he is giving, the emotional attachment that he is delivering. I'm giving you some examples of great speech. There are many YouTube channels where you will find great speeches. First one is English speeches and Goldcast and Motivation Hub, and the famous one TED, TED TEDx, Think. There are many more, but I have listed these six. Let us go to the first one. When you click here to go, you will go to the YouTube channel. Let us go to the YouTube channel English Speeches. Mind well, there are many English speeches with subtitles, and there are many English great speeches without subtitles. You can choose from them. I have also given you the link in the PPT so that you can easily go to the panel. Alice. Okay. So let us begin with 3.2, that is listening to high quality speeches and songs in English and note taking. Now we have discussed about the concept of listening, the characteristics of a good listener, effective listening skills. Now it's time to have some practicals. 3.2 looks like practical, but we first will focus on the theoretical aspect of high quality speech, songs, and note taking. Mind well, note taking is in reference to listening. When you are listening a lecture, it can be the great speech. Now, there is no perfect definition of great speech. But what is great speech? Speech by an eminent person. So let us move to our second topic is that is why should we listen to songs? English songs. I'm talking about English songs. Songs can be really valuable and very much learning tool and teaching tool. How? It can improve listening skill, it can improve pronunciation, it can teach you vocabulary like the speeches, it can teach you sentence structures, and the best benefit of song is we enjoy songs. The rhythm, the sound. So songs should be listened. We have come across many songs in our life, but how many of you have ever listened to English songs? How many of you have ever listened to English songs? Hollywood songs. Has anybody ever listened to such songs? So why should we listen to songs? Same benefits that are of the speeches. You learn new words because songs are made of really words by poets. You will learn grammar lessons because some specially designed songs have some grammar lessons to repeatedly find the same format of sentences. Some songs have idioms. So you can learn this vocabulary, new structures of sentences, and you can improve your pronunciation, correctness in pronunciation. You can learn stress, rhythm, intonation. We will discuss stress and intonation in detail in next topic. We can increase our fluency. When you sing a song, you love to speak English, and it will indirectly help you be fluent in English. When you practice and repeat the songs, you will memorize the songs. It will help you make you love English and be very much fluent in it. And the most important benefit is listening to songs is really a fun. You get relaxed because you are a non-native speaker, and for the first time you are listening to, you are trying to learn English. It might be a boring subject for you, but when you are asked to just listen to English songs, you will love to listen to these songs. It is almost like loving. It will be a fun for you. Some of the songs have beautiful videos. So listening music is a great way to relax and pass the time. And while passing the time, you are also learning English. you are also listening. It can be useful to any level. It can be useful to a child and it can be useful to an adult. And songs are only 5 to 7 minutes long. So it will never be boring for you. You complete one song in 4 to 7 minutes, single song. So you will enjoy listening to songs. There are many examples I have given in this PPT. These are the steps you should listen to songs and improve your English. First thing is you should listen to the song. Second is when you are listening, you try to write down the lyrics. You try to figure out the lyrics. Do not take ready-made lyrics, and try to understand the meaning of the song. For the first time, you will not be able to sing it. You just read it aloud. And when you try to sing it, you will memorize the words. You may use karaoke, music, background music to sing the song. And last one is just you just enjoy the song. So these are the steps you should use songs to improve your English. There are many examples. These are the websites and some of the YouTube channels where you will find many songs. It is really interesting that learn English with rap songs. Even rap songs can also teach you English. Improve your English with songs. This website gives you songs with interactive lyrics. Let us visit that. Wevolyrics.com. Songs with interactive lyrics. Let us try to listen one song. Can you see? And the lyrics is here. Can you see this?
Yes, sir, we can
Just,
see this.
yes. Lyrics is just below the song. If you click any song, classic song, whatever it is, any song, you will find the lyrics just behind the song. Okay? I have given. You can search and you can find these songs on net available. And let us move to our last topic, that is note taking. We very well know what is note taking, but because in the student life we have always taken notes when we were listening to our teachers. So it is nothing new. But when you are actually listening to a great speech or a song, what notes can you take? How should you take notes when you are listening to a lecture? So what is note taking? Note taking is simply practice of recording information from different sources and platforms. You are recording the information. If you are visiting a website, you record the information. You are reading a book, you record the important points. You are at an inquiry window, you are recording something. If you have called a customer care number, you might be note taking. So, recording information from different sources and platforms is called note taking. The writer records the essence. Look at the word essence of the information, the main part of information. Why he is taking notes? To free his mind to having to remember everything. When you take notes, you don't need to remember that. It is the best advantage of note taking because you might forget important words, important quotations, important names, important facts. Note taking is one of the best skill of a news reporter. It is thus the practice of writing down or just recording the key points. And now we shall learn what things you should keep in mind while taking notes. First is never write full sentences. When you are taking notes, you should write phrases. One word, two word, three word, four words. Never write full sentences. Only record the keywords. That will lead to the main idea. Always record those words which will lead to the main idea. And never use these articles, the, a. There is no need to add these words. Only you can retain the technical or discipline specific terms. If you are a teacher, a student of literature, you should write down the technical literary terms. So always write phrases. Never write full sentences in the note taking. And never copy what is being spoken. Write notes according to you in your own words. Because whatever you write in your own words, you will remember well. It is in simple English called paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means you are repeating the same idea in different words, in simple words. So that is paraphrasing. As a student of literature, when you are reading a poem, you need to paraphrase that, means to make it simple. So that is called paraphrasing. So when you are listening to a great speech or a song, you need to paraphrase that, but always use your own words. Okay? Structure your notes with headings, subheadings, bullets, numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, subtopics, main topic. You may also include references, that is bibliographic details, the sources of the information. You can use outline, numbering system, or indentation. What is indentation? It is a space, a small space before a paragraph, before a sentence. That is indentation. So you can use heading, subheadings, numbers, or bullets. And it's code your notes. Now, every student or anyone has his own coding style while taking notes, using different symbols, star, round, dash, underlines, different colors, different color pens, highlighting. So there is different way of coding the notes. Each one has his own style. You should develop your own style. That this color indicates this symbol indicates this. There are many symbols and codes. There are many bullets as well, many types of bullets. We can use them. And use color to highlight major sections, main points, and use diagrams. Now, what diagram helps you find exactly what the hierarchy is going on? You can use different colors to classify the details, classify the concepts. But never focus too much on color coding because it will require time and you will lose your concentration. Because note taking is subsidiary thing. The main thing is your listening. So never give too much attention to note taking because you will lose many of the important sentences from the speech. Underline, circle, star to identify the key information. For examples, definitions, important materials. So you can take that. If you are noting down a quotation from somebody or some names or examples of somebody, so you should underline that. You should circle that. You can do that. And if you miss something, write keywords, skip a few spaces. What happens sometimes the speech is going forward and you miss something. So you can leave some space. You can write the points later. Leave some space in your page for notes and comments. If you miss while listening to somebody, and use symbols and abbreviation. Now here the symbols means particular symbols. I'm not talking about bullets. I'm talking about the mathematical symbols, the scientific symbols, the equals. You know what is ampersand? What is ampersand? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is the symbol of ampersand? Anyone, please? You know the sign of and you know the sign of and, almost like eight. You know, and
Yes, sir.
so and was actually in old English and was part of alphabet. So instead of writing A and D, you should write the symbol ampersand, that is and symbol. Okay, equal, dash, more than, less than, about, approximate, change, obliques, therefore sign. So what about the maths people? When you are writing years, you can write YRS instead of writing years. At the rate. There are many examples of abbreviations. For example, instead of writing United Nations, you should write down UN, UNESCO, NASA, etc. You should write down ETC. You know that ETC, etc. If you want to write down, for example, you can write down E.G. Example, Gracia. For chapter, you write down CH and dot. For number, you should not write down NUMBER. Number is for NO. That's enough. Information you can write down info. If you are listening to a lecture from maths or science, you may use subject specific abbreviations. Magnesium, that is Mg, alpha or beta, A and B. If you are listening to a political speech or administration related speech, you should write down government instead of gov. You should write down gov instead of government. Full. So you understood this?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You should
sir.
use symbols and abbreviation. Abbreviation means short form of the words. Okay? You should use concept maps and diagrams. I told you about diagrams, but what about concept maps? Concept maps are almost like the hierarchy. This is related to this is related to this. For example, our ecosystem, that is concept map. You can draw diagram. For example, in our beard, we have the types of educational aids. It is audio aids, visual aids, and audio visual aids. So will you prepare a small diagram? It will be easy for you. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So we can use such diagrams and pictures. These are some examples of note taking exercises.
Hello.
You listen to something and then you take notes. You know, in TOEFL and IELTS exam, you have to listen and then you have to answer. You know that. It is listening note taking exercise.